welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another Halloween makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing you the things you'll be needing for the makeup and for the costume. So really quick, we'll go through it. What I have next to me is the costumes. So I just bought it off OfferUp for 10-15 bucks. I bought it off this girl, which had the dress, the cape, and then it even came with a cute little petticoat to put underneath to make this look cooler. And then it has a hood. And then I got this little basket right here at Michael's for, it says $3.99, but I got it on sale, so it was like $1.50. So it has this, and then I got this type of cloth from Walmart. I got like not even half a yard, and it was like $1. Then I have some little lace socks with some heels that I'm gonna put on. And for the makeup stuff, so for the scratch on my face, we're gonna be using 3rd degree silicone. Comes in a bag like this. I got it from Nigel's Beauty Emporium. It's a part A and a part B. Then we have dripping blood, and we have scab blood. We also have paint palettes. So these are alcohol activated paints. So I'm going to be using that to paint the wound. So we're going to jump right into the video. I'm going to map out exactly where I'm thinking I want my wound to be on my face. So I'm going to go in with like a red, and then I know I want one of them to go to my lip. Do one like that. And then another one kind of to go like that. Wanted it to kind of go through the eyebrow, and then one more right there. And we're gonna go about doing the rest of our makeup, and then we'll come back to the SFX. We're gonna do the glam part, so it's gonna be kind of speeded through because this look is based more on this part. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in with my eyebrows. Just gonna go in with a little bit of primer, and obviously just on one side of the face. 3 products I'm going to be using for my brows is going to be the Wet n Wild Micro Brow Pencil, the L'Oreal Micro Ink Pen, and then lastly we'll finish it off with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. Now the L'Oreal one. Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite to clean it up. And I also use it to prime my lids. So I blended in that concealer, and I'm just setting it with powder. First I'm going with the transition shade. The palette I'm kind of using is the Jawbreaker palette. I'll show you the type of shade I'm using, but my palette's like really messed up because the shadow broke in there. But I'm going to be going in with this shade right now. I'm trying to open that. Manny. I didn't. Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to do what I did to this eye to this eye. So I'm going to go ahead and take that brown shade right here and put that in the crease. That is in the shade Tasty. I'm going to go ahead and use some concealer and I'm going to cut the crease. We're going to put down a shimmering gold shade. I'm going to set that with a little bit of powder. And on like a packing brush, I'm going to take this gold shade in the palette right here called Lemon Drop. And I'm going to wet it so that it gives it a little bit more of a pop. Now I'm going to take a black shade and kind of like wing it out a little. And take a blending brush and blend the outer part out. I'm going with a little bit of eyeliner. This is a ColourPop one. Just so when I put the eyelash on, it kind of hides the band a little. For eyelashes, I'm using these from my friend's business. My first time using them. I don't know what the name of them is. I just know like lolly lashes or something. I forgot what she called it. So they look like this. I wanted something very dramatic. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of an inner corner highlight and an eyebrow highlight. I'm just using a lighter gold. Nothing special. Okay, so I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm going to use the same one from before. This is in the shade C5, just so you guys know. Now, you would normally do foundation at this step, but I don't wear foundation, so I'm only just doing concealer. I just use it to cover my mom bags. I'm going to go ahead and set that with powder. On this side, I'm going to put like the tiniest bit of bronzer. But today I'm going to use just a powder one with a brush. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my faux freckles. So for my faux freckles, I'm going to go in with my ColourPop freckle pen, and then I'm going to go in with some bronzer and my eyeliner brush. I'm going to blend that in with my finger. I'm going with highlighter. I'm using Oakbrook highlighter and Rodeo Dry. Of black on my lower lash line. This side I'm not going to do as precise. I'm making it look a little messy. I'm going to just like smudge it in with my finger. Then I'm going in with a lot of lower lash mascara on one side. And then only a little on this side. And I'm just kind of adding some kind of right here, like it looks like you've been crying. I'm going to take a wipe and I'm going to sort of clean off the area where we want to do the silicone. I'm going to take that I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna go in more with that red shade again. But you want to outline that area again. Now we're gonna go in with that maroon shade, the darker shade around the lip, because I want it to look like irritated. The cut went all the way to my lip, so. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of like black and put that on the tiniest inner portion, just so it looks like, I don't know, like dry blood. I want it to be perfect, so kind of like smudging it out. Okay, so we're gonna start moving into the 3rd degree. So I'm gonna get my parts. So there's part A and part B. You want to take equal parts of both. I'm going to take 2 different popsicle sticks. You can't use the same popsicle stick. If you get A in part B or B in part A's container, it will contaminate it and you won't be able to use it. It will mess it up. So we're going to use one for A and one for B. So this one's for part A, this one's for part B. I'm doing this on a plate. I'm going to go ahead and start applying it. Oh, good. But bear with me, this is my first time.
Okay, so this was my first time, so I did learn from my mistakes in this video and in this clip. So as you see, I am putting the silicone on, but the thing is, I did each cut all at once. So I feel like I should have worked on each cut separately and not used as much silicone that I made at once, because it ends up going to waste. You need to let it get a little tacky but not too much, because if you wait too long, then when you go in, which you'll see in the next clip, when you go in, it starts to take off. It comes off. It won't stick. Like if you start trying to cut it and mess with it, it's just gonna come off. And since I went in and did the other cuts before trying to manipulate it and smooth it out and cut the wound, it messed up. So honestly, after this clip, I end up cutting the camera and having to start the whole thing all over again. And just, I don't remove it, I just kind of build up on top of it, which was also hard because it's hard to put silicone on top of silicone after you've already messed up.
I'm just blending out the edges. Okay, so it's not perfect, but I'm okay with it. We'll try and fix it with paint.
So now that it's all dry, so right here I'm just adding powder just to get rid of the shininess to make it look more realistic.
Okay, so I'm going in the center of it with the darkest kind of reddish brown that I have. So I'm going to go in with this one right here. I'm using the Zombie palette, so this is going to be the shade Aged Blood. Kind of just putting that in the center.
And then I just go ahead and do that same color inside all 3 cuts.
Putting it around the edge of my mouth.
Okay, so right here I'm just taking a big fluffy eyeshadow brush and I'm going in with some reds and like dark maroon shades and kind of just blending that all over the wounds and all over the face. That way it looks a little more irritated and, I guess, wounded. Trying to make it look a little bit more realistic, so it's not just a big old cut on my face, like nothing happened. And then wherever I felt like it was a little too much product or it looked like a little too much, I just blend out with my finger just so the whole face isn't looking perfect. Then right here I'm just taking a little brown, kind of trying to make it look a little dirty so she's not so perfect. After a wolf kind of scratches you, I'm sure you're gonna get a little dirty, so I'm just sticking brown everywhere as well and blending out with my finger. Okay, so here now I'm taking that same fluffy brush, but I sprayed the 99% alcohol on it, and I'm going in with some of the paints. I mixed in the dark red, the light red, and the regular red, and kind of using paint now over the wound to give a little bit more texture.
I got a textured sponge and I'm gonna put like the tiniest bit of orange just for like an irritated color. It'll go good with the red we have going on.
So what I did here was I drenched my brush in a lot of alcohol because I was trying to get the black paint to drip down the eye to look kind of like I was crying, but it's really hard to do. And then be careful if you do this because this was alcohol literally close to my eye, so my eye was freaking out and it burned like crazy. But I'm just trying to make it look just as natural as I could. I even blended out a bit because of course if you are crying you're not gonna look perfect like that. You'll smudge it and mess with it. Right here I'm just going to be taking that same black and I'm going to put that in the deepest parts of my cut.
Okay, so I'm going to be taking some scab blood.
Okay, so the scab blood I'm just using to put inside the middle of all the wounds. I do it on each one. It's just a thicker type of blood rather than the runny kind. So I started to add some of the scab blood like around the wounds, not just in the wound. So I added some to the lip where it got scratched, and then I add some on the outsides just so it's not just so precise. Plus the scab blood effect will give it more of like a dry blood effect.
I'm going to put the outfit on before I put more blood. So I'm just going to put a little bit of like dripping blood.
Okay, so I'm just putting the dripping blood everywhere where I feel I would need it. The corner of my lip, of course, at the end of each cut. And then I'm also going to try and get it to drip down my neck as well as rub it around because you don't want it to just look so clean. Like I just want it to look messy and like I'd been touching it. Also, when putting on lipstick, I did smudge out the side where I have the cut because I wanted it to look messy, like I said. Okay, and here I'm just putting in a blackout contact on the side that has a scratch, and then on the other side I'm putting in a regular contact just so you can be able to tell the difference that I'm wearing that I have two different contacts on.
So guys, and that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!